guys, welcome back. It is Thursday, June 29th, I think. 29th or 30th. I had some extra, we had our professional development meetings the last couple of days. And so today was kind of a go to work if you need to, but you don't have to. I did go in for a couple of hours just to set up my desk for summer school. Some of the teachers were there finishing up their folders and stuff from last school year. But we still have, sorry, my cat's coming over. So they were there finishing up their folders, but I finished that a couple of weeks ago. So I was just setting up for summer school. It took way longer than I thought. The summer school starts on Monday, and tomorrow the site will be closed for a company picnic that I'm not sure if I'm going to go to or not. Just not really my thing, and most of the teachers aren't going to be there anyway because they already took their vacations, so we'll see. Excuse you. You want to say hi? Nope. Yeah, so I was there finishing up all of my, getting all of my area ready and whatnot. I got all my students on the roster. I have, at last count, 46, but I think people are still signing up last minute, so. And a lot of them are doing chemistry and science, which I'm supposed to get most of the math kids, so little scary. We'll have to see. Luckily we do have a chemistry teacher in our room, the room that I'm sharing with 2 other teachers, so that should hopefully be a lot easier. But we're not really sure why they gave us so many chemistry kids, considering other teachers got some of the math kids that we should have had. So I don't know if it was just they were trying to give everyone a bit of a variety, or there was miscommunication, or how the times worked out, or something. But we'll get through it. We always do. This week coming up, we have on Saturday and Sunday actually, we're not going to get much stitching, or I'm not going to get much stitching done. I have my school not sponsors, they're part of a silent auction that the Boys and Girls Club is doing, that they do every year. This year it is, I was going to say it was Great Gatsby, but that was the first year. This year is Kentucky Derby themed, so everyone dresses up in the theme and buy some stuff for the kid, or buy some of the auction items, and all the money goes to Boys and Girls Club. And it also helps get our name out there a little bit. My school pays for us to go to it, and they sponsor, I believe, 12 of us. I think only 6 of us are going this year, but it's basically 3 of us and our significant others. So we'll see how that goes. Most of my group can't go this year. We had 2 other teachers, or 2 other home study people and their and their significant others. But neither of them can go. One of them just had a baby, and then the other one is going to a wedding. So we'll see. But I'm also not going to be stitching as much because I have to make a hat for it. I was originally planning on using a red dress, wearing the red dress that I wore at the Great Gatsby theme. But I want to use materials on the hat that I already have, and I really don't have any red fabric or anything. I have some felt, but that's pretty much it. I'm going to try on both dresses, but then I also have a white and blue floral dress that I probably will wear, but I need to try them both on because it's been a while and see which ones look the best, and then I'll kind of decide from there. Because I do have a lot of blue material, and I have some peacock feathers that I can use in it as well. So we'll kind of see what I'll lay out everything and see where I'm at and try on the dresses and all that. So I'm not actually gonna make a whole hat. I'm gonna make a fascinator, which is like the headband with the big decoration up here. So, and then Sunday we're good friends with one of the people who runs one of the Disney fan sites, one of the popular ones. So it's his birthday, and he's turning 50. So some of his friends rented out the House of Blues and rented out like the private room upstairs. So his birthday's there on Sunday. As soon as I'm done here, I need to text my husband and tell him to buy a gift for him, because he's much better at that than I am. Whoops. Other than that, if you guys remember my last video, I talked about I was stitching something for a friend, and for the nursery of their baby that they just had yesterday. So happy birthday to him. I'm not going to name any names, but he's super cute. Born earlier than most people were expecting, but later than my husband was expecting. So I need to finish those up, but I'm still missing one of the 4 hoops that I needed to get from Joann's, but they were out. And the only hoops they had were a different size, which won't work. I could get 2 of a different size, but since I already have one and I don't use hoops for anything else, I don't want to have wasted that money. So I'm just going to wait for them to restock the other hoops. I'm going to stop by there on my way to pick up my husband from the train station after I'm done here. Sorry, I was distracted. That's pretty much it. So I have a lot of cross stitch to show you guys today. A little bit of diamond painting, but definitely a lot of cross stitch. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I figured out when I was filming a clip earlier that if I use the other camera that's on the other side of my phone, I can actually zoom on that one. I thought you could do both, and then I thought you couldn't do either, like do it with either camera, but you can do it with the other side. So what I'm going to do is, because if I'm able to zoom up, I can actually show you guys detail, and I know I've been having a problem with stuff focusing if it's close to the camera, so I think this is going to help fix it. So what I'm going to do is flip you guys around so that you can see all of my progress on my pieces. So first up we have Aurora. So as you can see, I have not gotten much done on her at all. The only thing I added was this pink that's right here, which means that I have finished the entire top row of pages once I've put in the back, after I put in the back stitch, and there's some beads that go right here. So after I finish that, then I'll have finished the whole top row, but the stitching on it is done. So I'm going to continue down the middle of her dress, which is going to get very heavy with the beading in here, so it's going to be a little time consuming doing the actual stitching, because you can kind of see here that I have all these quarter stitches in there because they have beads in them as well, but that basically just continues all the way down. So there is Aurora. Next up we have Winter in a Cup, which you can see I finished all of this inside part except for the back stitch. Actually probably I'm going to start back stitching this kind of soon because most of the heavy back stitching is in the house, or the cabin. But you can see we have a path here, the white, which is the, excuse you, who said you could be there? Who said you could be on there? You are not helping. You are not helping. You can see the white is the whipped cream / snow, and then the brown on the outside is like the edges of the coffee / hot chocolate. And then I started the candy cane going up this way. So I'm going to finish up the candy cane and then probably go out into the greenery that is on either side. What are you doing? You are so cute. You are so cute. Oh, and Tracy, here's one of my horrendous backs. They're not all like that, but yeah, this one is definitely a carrier. Excuse you. You don't have to lay on it just because I'm using it. But yeah, there's my terrible back. All right, next up, you guys have not seen this one in a while. This is Swirling Peacock by Joan Elliott. I've started this one. This is my oldest whip for sure. I don't know what got me wanting to do it again. I mean, it's beautiful, it's sparkly, it's everything that I like in cross stitch, so I don't know why I put it off for so long. And it's not even hard, it's really easy. I'm stitching it in 10 by 10 columns. So as you can see, I basically just finished up, I had done the moon, which is all in Krynic. I don't know how well you can see it. A little bit. So I had started, or I had done this column for some reason. I can't really figure out why, because I hadn't finished this column yet. So I went ahead and I had stopped like here. So I went ahead and stitched the rest of that because it was a parked thread that I just figured I might as well keep going with it. And then I just went down here to do this part. So I'm gonna finish this, go on and do the next piece. Sorry, my outlight does that sometimes. But I'm gonna keep her out. I think this is a her. Keep her out. Well, actually, obviously it's a peacock, so it's a boy, but I'm gonna keep him out. And I have a loose needle from, I think this is the one that was on here. Sorry. I'm going to keep him out for quite a bit. Oh, there you go. Now you can see kind of the sparkle up there. And continue working on him because I would love to finish him now that he's calling my name again. And here it is. I finally started my chatelaine. So this is the Sparkling Peacock Mandala, which I did. I know I was kind of hemming and hawing about how I wanted to stitch this, if I wanted to start from the upper left. I got all the threads for the middle, but I basically decided to go ahead and start with the middle and count over the entire piece and then cut off the excess. So I did that. I went ahead and I've got the outline on it because otherwise it shows through the back, and you can't see the thing very well, but I went ahead and cut off the side and hemmed it, or not hemmed it, serged it. That's the word I'm looking for. So you guys, or so that it doesn't fray. So this is on the China Pearl 28 count Joblin, I think it was, that I got from 123 Stitch. So I got my first specialty stitches in there. These are Algerian Islands, I think. I'll have to check that really quick. Hang on, I've got it right here. Oh no, sorry, these are Jessica's. Algerian Islets are next. So these are the Jessica, or actually no, I got fans next. But my first specialty stitches that I've done, this is the one I started with, and it looks a little bit darker because because I am pin stitching this. So I basically just I put the pin stitch in the middle because there's a bead that goes in these that's going to cover it. Sorry, I'm trying not to make you guys sick. But hopefully you're stitching while watching this anyway. So these are, it's kind of hard to tell, but this blue is one of these sparkly, it's not a petite treasure braid. It's one of the, shoot, I can't think of the word. These are petite treasure braid, the gold, which you can see shows up pretty well. But these are basically just have a little bit of sparkle in them. You can kind of see like right there, there's a sparkle. And then these are the Jessicas are water lilies, I think emerald, and then the outside is water lilies, I forget the name of it, it's 066 I think it is. Sorry guys, I should have this info ready, but apparently I suck. And then these X's in the middle are the same as these. So only, what is that, 3 colors in so far? But this is really enjoyable. I'm having fun learning the new stitch. I did have to, since this is my first one, I did have to pull this one out a couple of times, just until I got used to stitching it. But so far I'm really enjoying it. So we'll see where I get to. I think my stitches are actually pretty neat on it. I did have to rip out this entire section because when I was doing these, I realized they didn't match up and I was 1 stitch too far to the right. So I'll have to go, or so I had to frog it all and then do it. Luckily I hadn't done the Jessicas yet. I had only done this color, and was doing the gold. So there's one giant bead that goes here in the middle, and then another, like, more stitching, well, obviously in the middle of these two, but I think I'm going to start the next round that goes on the outside. So I'm basically, other than the beads, I'm starting my way out, or starting in the middle and working my way out. And the next color starts right here. So this one does have a ton of beads, that's why there's so many blank spots, and why I'm starting like further away. And I will bead, I've got it on a scroll frame, so I'm not too worried about beads crushing. But I'm going to bead sooner rather than later. I just wanted to be... Sorry guys, I had somebody call me. So I'm going to start beading, and I'm going to get the... I think it goes basically until about here, the center motif. So once I get the center motif done, then I'll go ahead and put in the beads. It's on a scroll frame, so I'm not too worried about crushing them. But I also kind of want to see how far up I think it goes. Because it's still, I mean, it's going to go out quite a ways. It's 3 inches from, I left a 2-inch margin on the sides. So I don't think, or I know I'm going to have to like roll up. This is going to end up getting rolled up. But I'm not too worried about, like I said, the beads crushing because of the scroll frames. And this is a pretty loose, like you can see, it's a pretty loose fabric in a loose frame. So I don't need this one to be super tight, which I chose specifically because I did not want to roll up or crush the beads. So that's all I have for my whips. So I'll see you guys in a sec. So that's all my whips. I also have a couple of FFOs to show you guys. But I'm going to show you my stash first because it includes a few of the things that I bought in order to finish the FFOs. Or I guess you could say in order to F the FOs. So let me show you guys what I bought. Woo, isn't that super exciting? I know I told you guys last time that the hoops that I'm stitching, I needed to put some black backing fabric behind them. So I got that. Awesome. But like I said, I still can't do those until I finish getting the hoop. So I also got this fabric. And I'll be curious if you guys can figure out what my FFOs are based on the fabric choices. So I bought this one. I basically gave up, well, not really gave up. I decided I didn't want to do the Halloween fabrics as backing fabrics anymore. Because I would prefer to have the Halloween be the pieces themselves and not the backing. So I went over and I just happened to see this one out of the corner of my eye. And I love swirls, and I thought this was elegant, so it would go well with him. So that was the first bit that I bought. I also got, sorry, they're next to me, this piece, which is this really cool gray, like black and gray. Like, I thought it was just basically elegant and kind of gothic looking, which I thought would go well with them. However, this fabric ended up not working out because it's too gray. The fabrics on them are gray as well. So I just like when I put them on it, they just didn't look right. So I have this fabric to use for something else. I'm sure it'll come in handy later. I was thinking about possibly doing a table runner with it for Halloween, but we'll see. So I ended up going back and then getting this fabric instead, which is awesome. I love this fabric. And they didn't have, like, it was literally right next to the other ones. So I think it just must have not been on the shelf. Somebody had already cut it or something. But as you can see, very sparkly. This one looks up a little bit more gray on camera, but this is a black with just a couple of splotches of gray, which are a lot darker in real life. That's a little bit truer. Or more true? Truer? I don't know how you would say that. Probably more true. But, so I bought those. I also ended up buying just some, they only had 2 of these and it's not enough, but just some black, it's not foam core, it was with the foam core, but it's this, the back of it says Canson. It's thicker than poster board, so it's not poster board, but it's basically just a thick board that I need to also see if they have one more of, because that's not enough to finish the pieces. I didn't get this last time, I got this I think before you guys last seen it, but I got the canvases that I need for the finishing. I got 6 of those. Alright, it's a 6-pack. Just got some tacky glue and stuff to go with it. So I'm trying to find my, hold please. Sorry, I was trying to find my list that had everything on it. I also got a light pad for my finishing. It doesn't have a battery, so you do have to plug it in order for it to work, but, sorry, you guys are seeing my mess. But it does get pretty bright, which I would show you guys, but my computer's not on. And that's what it's plugged into, so it won't actually power on. I also got this beauty, which is, I'm sure you can tell, a Clay by Kim. So this is to go along with the seashell that I got, but I just love the coloring on him, so I couldn't let him go. So he's the Indigo Dragon. He's got very light sparkle, which you can kind of see up here on his neck. And it actually shows up more sparkly on camera than it does in real life. But yeah, very pretty, very well made. I also got, crinkling, a lot of the diamonds that I need for my next diamond painting. Sorry, I didn't realize I was still zoomed in. So I got, I forget how many colors this is. 17 colors, I think, is what I counted. Which is about $20 worth. So I got these from Cooper Diamond Art to stitch my Beauty and the Beast diamond paint, or to, not stitch, to do my Beauty and the Beast diamond painting. So I need to get those all put in the baggies. These literally just arrived. So I can actually start that. So that is all of my stash that I have received. So now we finally get to see the finishes. So here is one of them. I actually have 3 FFOs to show you guys. So this is Electra. So I'm going to alternate between this fabric and the swirly one. And I got enough of both to do all 12 witches when they're finally done. Or all 12 pixies. So I basically went through the list, even though they're not all stitched yet, I went through the list and figured out which ones I wanted on which fabric. So there will be half and half. I haven't, even though I say these are FFOs, I haven't quite decided if they're done yet because I may want to get a ribbon in a matching color and then put it around and do a bow at the top. So I still haven't quite decided because they are a little bit plain. I decided I really like the fabric, so I did not want to do another like backing fabric with it. But it may still require a bow. We'll have to see once some of the others. This one actually doesn't look like it needs it. The other one looks like it kind of might, so we'll have to see how that goes. So because of the Cadio we've been working on, I have learned how to wrap a canvas pretty easily and get pretty sharp corners. They're not perfect, but I think they actually look really good. This one's a little bit poofy here on this side, but that's just because it didn't get pulled tight enough, I don't think. But I am not worried about it. I think it looks great. Except for possibly a ribbon, so. This one I actually had forgotten when I was wrapping. I ended up getting the middle piece and I forgot to iron it. So there is a tiny bit of a crease here, but what I did was I had already wrapped the canvas and didn't want to pull it all off. So, see how neat that is? So what I did was I actually flipped it over like this and took the iron and ironed the back of it. And it did a good job of getting the creases out. Like you cannot even see that one because there was a big crease right there at the bottom. So there's her one more time before I show you the next one, which is Raven. So as you can see, I did her on the swirly fabric, which I did because she has these squirrels. She has these swirls, not squirrels. She has bats. These swirls in her skirt. So she's the one that I think might possibly need a bow. Just because she's a little bit smaller than her sister. And I went ahead and decided to do all of the board is going to be the same size and the canvases are all going to be the same size, even though the stitching is different sizes. I just figured that would be the most uniform that I could have. Now I know that the two sides, or like the outside, like that part and that part, the top and bottom and the sides are different sizes, but that's the only way I can make it work on that canvas. Just because of the sizes of the biggest pixies. So even though I haven't stitched the biggest, I don't think. Electra's close. I think she's only like one stitch away from being the largest. I took that into account when I was calculating all my sizes. So I thought those looked really good. And now I'm going to go and show you my last one because it is in the living room. So let's go check it out. Hi guys, so here we are in my living room. And I'm going to walk you up closer to it. Hey, I actually can zoom in. Okay. So here is the diamond painting, and I apologize for the glare. I'll get you up closer and then move you to the side a little bit so that's better. So there is my lighthouse. I think. There we go. So you can see it in all its sparkly. It's kind of crooked, but I think that's the best we're gonna get. But I love it because you can see it sparkle from everywhere in the room. But only when the lights are on, which is weird. And this is the part that I was not sure you were going to be able to tell, which is all of this, the actual house itself. So that's the part that I was really worried about, but when you get further back, you can tell that this is obviously the chimney right here, the door, and then all the windows. And then the stone of the actual lighthouse itself. Like even from right there, you can see it pretty well. Okay, back to the regular video. Sorry guys, I got another call. Usually I never get calls ever, but so it's a story about a dog who was returned to the shelter by the owner because it was too excitable. Not only once, but 5 different times. But rather than putting the dog to sleep, the staff actually became pretty attached to him, and one of the volunteers there used to be a police officer and figured out that this dog can actually be trained, and so he was adopted, or she, I think it's actually the dog is a she. She was adopted by a police officer and is now doing really well in training to be a police dog. So that was a happy ending. Poor thing had already been returned 5 times. So sometimes it's all about just finding that perfect family and finding that perfect situation. So that's my piece of good news for the day and everything that I have. Like I said, I know this is a long video because it had so much in it, which is great. But with summer school starting next week and my weekend being busy, I don't know how much I'm going to get in. But I do have tomorrow off-ish. I might go to the company picnic. I haven't quite decided yet, so we'll see. But even if I do go to the company picnic, it's only like 2 hours, so I should hopefully get some stitching in, but it may be working on the catio, but I'm going to try to rope my husband into helping me finish it tonight, which would be great. Because I can do it myself, but it's a little difficult just to like manage, like we're working on like the fencing part of it now, and it's just hard like having to hold it up and then try to cut it and stuff at the same time. So if I can get him to help, great. If not, it's fine. I'll work on it tomorrow and see how much it takes to get done. So thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you like this new, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep using it. I'm only probably going to use this new format when I want to show you guys something close up. like needle minders and finer details and stuff like that. So I will hopefully see you guys next time. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you, a big thank you to Katie and, well actually, Caitlin for her shout out on her video. Caitlin in Stitches, I think. Let me double check that. Caitlin White is her name, is her Instagram, but she does all the diamond paintings, as well as the cross stitch, and she gave me a shout out on her video because she has also agreed to do a collaboration video with me, which will hopefully be coming up soon. I have to wait to see what the like how to do it. I asked Michelle Bendy-Stitchy to tell me how, but I know she was at StitchCon, so I'm waiting for her to write me back and let me know. Yeah, Caitlin and Stitches. That's what I thought. I just had to double check. So a big thank you to her for doing that, or for agreeing to do that with me. Like I said, hopefully you guys will see that soon. And a big thank you as well to Katie and, oops. So I was going to show you guys the video, but now I can't find it. I think the problem is I'm subscribed to too many people. There it is. Okay. No, she doesn't have their picture up. Shoot. Okay. To Katie and gosh, Katie and Dory for a shout out on their video as well. They're under Katie V. So this is them. They're under Katie V, but their channel is, I forget if it's crafts up to here or crafting up to here, but basically they just do a ton of crafts and quilting and all of that. And I think I mentioned their video before, but they gave me a shout out as well. So another big thank you to them. And I hope to meet them soon. They are in Southern California as well. I was not able to make the last meetup, which was in Brea, which is like right near them. I don't know if they actually went to it or not, but I'm hoping I will actually be able to meet them in person soon. So go check out their channel if you haven't yet. Thank you to everybody who watches. Thank you for subscribing. I have had some new subscribers recently, so. And hopefully you guys will see Caitlin and I soon. So I will see you guys all next time. Bye!